sitting in front of this water getting this deep down, getting all the minerals and all that good stuff, you know, post-workout. Got 30 dubs over here with a knocker. Give them some nourishment. We got the spirit in the water. It's gonna come up here. See? No, the spirit is wanting to say what's up. The Most High, and the ones who in tune with the Most High. That's them type of spirit. Woo. That song is what it tastes good. Yeah. Yo, man, because we're building about the whole Judah standpoint as far as, like, you know, what the script say. Like, you know, Judah got to come together first. You know what I mean? But the spirit responding, boy, is really powerful. Reason being, man, like I said, I got respect for all my peoples around the world, you know, all my Nagas around the world, all the niggas, you know what I mean? Nagas in the Pacific, Nagas in the Caribbean. What is Twitter, boy? Nagas in the Caribbean, Nagas in you know what I'm saying? All over. But you know, right now we know that Nagas in America is, like, you know, getting mocked a little bit more. Like, you know, we didn't have no culture, we weren't creative, we didn't have the Most High with us, you know, through our oppression. And you know, so now it's like, okay, Most High said he's gonna use us, the head tribe of Judah. So it's very important for the so-called, you know, foundational black Amaru clans to come together. The ones from the mainland, first and foremost. Because everybody want to include in treaties and shit. When you include them treaties in, man, it's like a, you know, we're trying to get back to who we really are. We have to yield. You sit my foot down. I'm attracting a whole crowd on the outside. They like, damn, what the hell is this? I got all these birds rolling up on the knocker. So yeah, you know, as far as like the whole FBA, a lot of people are against them too. I know they might be whatever you want to say, the cult or whatnot. But the thing is, when you look at it from a perspective of a spiritual perspective, like, you know, a NAGA, like niggas in America, the mainland coming together, it's certain things that we may have to do because we've been mocked and mimicked and all of these things and said by even our surrounding islands, even our Virgin Islands and our Caribbean islands, they talk bad about us. So it's not that we don't even hate nobody. You know what I'm saying? Niggas in America on the mainland never really hated no other nigga in the world. We're so happy to meet some other NAGA that's just like us and see their and their culture, because it's divine. It can't have this side of the whole entire world now. And like we have to give these people, it's like very demanding for us now. You know? So now it's like, no, we gotta take the energy back. Because all this, I was gonna say, as far as like your chakra system. And they're pretty much, they know watching this, they know doctor than me. I mean, they know what's going on. So and I ain't gotta really get too much in it because now you got, you know, that's really in depth in a lot of these. All right, I think we're back. You know, they were trying to scramble my signal. So, you know, we're like, in a psychological sense, we're their narcissistic supply source. So, you know, we're like, in a psychological sense, we're their narcissistic supply source, meaning that they want to, you know, gaslight and project the insecurities onto us. And we're a mask in the world that, you know what I'm saying, that there are certain that this information or this certain style of dress and code, niggas and shit, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Niggas was already rocking feathers on their hats, even when we couldn't rock feathers, and they act like we couldn't do a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? The feathers gonna come to you now because the field is already open, you know, the whole Great Conjunction already went down if we're looking at it from an astrological perspective, you know? Hey, what's happening? Elder, what's good? And so this is where it's important for us to, you know, to allow the NAGA or the nigga or wherever, everybody say nigga in private, in America, to get some time to themselves real quick so they can heal, because they've been gaslighted and projected upon with someone that's, y'all seen the stories of what's been going on. And so that's where it's very important. It's not that we're shutting out other people, because we'll become allies later, but during the time we was going through our harshest things, our hardship, nobody was around, only the Creator, Peter. Even the false God was trying to slip up in there, but we still had the faith in the Most High Creator. And that's how we was able to create and come up with different things like, you know, music. We have all kind of music, man. We came up with jazz. We got bebop jazz. We got hip hop. We got, you know what I'm saying, slow jazz. Just freestyle jazz. Man, it's everything. We got a culture of everything. Skating, all this stuff, man. And so, you know, it's a time for us to get the information from what we know now back together so we can build something so individuals can come back and add on now, you know. But when you're dealing with an entity who is afraid to be discarded, afraid to be abandoned, you're kind of exposing the weakness of these mugs now. The weakness is they have a severe abandonment issue. Just notice when you start taking your power back, a lot of things go down. Like, it's a boycott at Target. That's great. I just found that out the other day. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, you know, and it'll grow from there. But it's just look at how things go down. When you take your power back, a lot of people, the powers that be, they started to lose their power because now you're not focusing on the attention of giving it to someone else. It's like in a narcissistic relationship. You got to have time to heal. You know, when you start to heal, these beings, you know, hey, what's that in the forest? I know, man, it's tight. They be doing it. I'm out here in the middle of the ocean and running. I know, man. I'm gonna find a way, and we're gonna get greater another little time, real soon, though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's all. Hey, just put your mind to it. You'll get to a beach, and it's good. It's a healing spot. If you think about getting to a beach, you get into silica-based environment, basically. You got the sand, the crystals. Everybody's talking this carbon, and like, nigga, we're not carbon, man. They gave us that too, you know? We're silica-based. We're eating things that's like more silica-based. It's a spiritual thing. You know, they say, well, you know, carbon it's not the most abundant, but it's the most easy combining with other sources, you know, with other elements. And that's because it's kind of like a hoe a little bit, you know? It doesn't know when to let go. It has a toxic relationship. But silica, they don't bind that easily with everything. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, it's the most abundant, but it can chill by itself. Kind of like a interdependent person or individual or an energy type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're supposed to be. And so with the sun feeds the crystalline energy that's you on your matter, your corpora, and also in your spirit. This is like symbolic to, you know, how diamonds and precious jewelry or jewels can absorb information from the sun and store it so that you can later download it in some type of device. So it could be yourself wearing an earring and shit, you know what I mean? You're getting downloads because of this stone that got charged up in the sun for so daggone long. But you're a crystal also. You're like, you connect with the all-spark. You're really the transformer in real life. You know what I'm saying? So they tricking us with the whole 666 thing too. That's cool for them to say that. But silica base is pretty much where it's at. So when you're eating silica, more silica based nutrients, you become more spiritually enhanced. Like you're eating, that's why they show you Popeye and all that shit. You know, Popeye ate a lot of spinach. That has a lot of silica crystalline elements in that mug, man. And shit, all the leafy greens, really. You know, fruit too. That's liquid light, you know. So anybody telling you not to eat fruit, man, they trying to not. They don't want you to be to enhance your spirituality while you're on earth, your spiritual nature to combine with your corporal, which is your physical body, you know. So yeah, but back to, you know, foundational NAGAs, man. Because as far as like us getting together, peace. I appreciate you. You know, it's coming from the all, for the family, the downloads, you know, we in that whole little single tension, that celibacy, you know what I'm saying? This is the next wave on the spiritual kick on this earth plane. We've been waiting for a while, but now we know we ready. Y'all ready, we ready, everybody in the family is ready and shit now. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how we really take the power back. It's an unseen thing. This is metaphysics. Physics you can see. Metaphysics you really can't see. This is how we penetrate through barriers, you know? And so we'll start connecting on the heavenly realm in our second and third resurrections while we rest and sleep. So we'll want to come together. These energies will bring us together. So everybody else will see why we're in the most important piece and the very important piece. You know what I'm saying? As far as like for our unity. And we're considered to be the tribe of Judah. That's the lineage of David. That's who they fear the most. David wasn't a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So even though that could be, you know, controversial with all the stories with the dragon and people kind of worshiping that, but that's just a higher vibrational being that's working with the Nagas, and everything's waking up. All these crystals and shit is activated. When you get to a beach, you get them crystals that's blowing in like this from the water. It's saying Hawa right now. It's saying the Most High's name is the spirit right up in the joint. You know what I mean? And so you got all these minerals coming in from everywhere. It gets on your skin, your hair. Take a sip of it a little bit too. You know what I mean? It's all silica. So oceans is important too. People try to throw us off from oceans, salt water. It's important, y'all. So what's the best natural foods to eat? Or ingest? Yo, bananas. You want to eat some bananas? You only need 2 of them. Bananas are herb, so that's considered like a green too and shit, you know. But they'll tell us that it's a fruit, but it's really a herb. You know, it's really in everything. They're trying to hide where it's really at, but it's in all your citrus fruits. It's in all your astringent fruits. You know, it's in really in everything that's Most High created. It's like light. It's liquid light that's slowed down. It's like a stone is. It's just light that is just condensed for us to hold in our hand. It's still got all that energy, metaphysical wise, that we don't see on this visual spectrum. You know what I'm saying? But anything outside this 300, 700 nanometers, sight, sound, taste, and touch is seen by the spirit world for sure. And the spirit world is a little bit more colorful than the world that we on now. But Nagas interpret shit like that because it was already up. You know, we already united America before without everybody else being united again. It was called El Goku, or you know, that's where Iowata or Hiawatha united all the tribes. You know, you can say folklore, supposedly, whatever you want to call it. But that's how everything came together, as far as on the mainland, as far as like with America. Pretty much the only place in the world that really did it like that, you know? And so it's going to happen again once we tap into the Most High Creator, you know? And celibacy, eating silica-based foods. If you're silica-based, you're a crystal and shit, man. You know what I mean? You don't even need the food that much if you sit in the sun. Ultra high UV rays where it's at right now, they be trying to hide this motherfucker every day from 12 o'clock to at basically 11 o'clock on up to 5 and shit. But it's getting harder. Lower vibratory energy around. The dogs pick up on it. The birds, you know, they be around me, they pick up on it, but they close. We good though. You got the spirit in the water. It's gonna come up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things going on. But anyhow though, the time for us to heal. It's like a narcissistic entity type of thing. Like, yo, we gotta heal, we gotta start eating right. It's like they don't want niggas to be by themselves for about 5 years, man. You know, it's very important. Even 2 years could work. But if we be able to do it without having self-equality or releasing or having an orgasm that you can help off to store up between 12 months, which is basically the 7 major notes and the 5 minor notes, that's 12 months, and just put 2 more months in, you know what I'm saying? I have 14 months up at the top. We all can do that from here on out. Right now, we'll be right on schedule. See? Everything will be started right now. You start taking your power back, man. The spiritual respond. Look, I gotta move out the way. Shit. What? That mother's coming up. It's like but it pulls back though. If you let me know, it'll get you like out of nowhere. But I got the phone in my hands, so I got to be real careful. I did lose the phone in every phone. But I ended up getting another phone right away because I guess I was supposed to let it go. That's part of the Aina. Usually when the Aina takes something, it replaces it with something else that's better. So I stopped worrying about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So people try to attack your so-called anointing or, things, the way you live your life, because you start to choose self now. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving your love away like that empath that used to always give their love away to this narcissistic entity. Like this, it's like, man, I want to make him feel better. I know he's sad, or she or she's sad or whatever. It's what we've been doing to America the whole time. You know what I'm saying? For all this time. And even the world, to get even treated a certain way, even when we went into the world. But a lot of people really do admire niggas in the world. You know what I mean? But until we get ourselves situated, we just have to heal, In our healing, we can't include, we're not going to call them immigrants, but, they're the chosen ones in their culture. So they have to link up too before Most High brings us all together. But first and foremost, the NAGA and America got to get back right first, And the starting point is, it's the sexual energy. That's really it, We get back to that, then we're going to establish rituals, and we get our babies about the system real quick too, P. It's going to be deep, but you got to do this, and this is what builds. It's like repenting. If for the real ones. If anyone who's just talking this shit, they just talking. And from this point on, they just talking. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got the instruction. This is it should. For those who have an ear, it should beam right on you. Like, damn, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You should hear the Most High in that. And it just sounds meek. Like, you know, it just sounds like, man, it don't sound all fiery and shit, but it's truth, man. It's the truth. We'll all be on point. You know what I'm saying? This is where your aggression lies at. We're not aggressive, too tough. You know, and also we don't have to be aggressive, but we have to be to a point where we are activating our testosterone at the right time, utilizing our testosterone. I got to do a bit on that because that's spiritual hormone that you got going on there, a spiritual thing you got popping. You know, so but back to the foundational Nagas, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too much about the whole organization, but I'm like, yo, but this is the part that really do make the most sense because, for one, if you've been talking about a nigga this much, let the nigga go and let him see what he can do on his own without none of you motherfuckers. And we're saying it like that because it's kind of like, damn, you know, we done gave a lot of energy to people. You know what I mean? When we went to travel to people, places, and toured. When we travel there, yeah, we traveling in a dignity standpoint because we still have this royalness about us. But we love to see your life. We're not here to spend this money to have a mask of a narcissism on our own. We're like genuinely like to see, like, damn, look at this culture. But now that we see that a lot of the culture that you go visit, like in Angkor and Wat and all that shit, that was made by niggas in the first place, thousands of years ago. They done already traveled the world and showed the world agriculture and how to plant, when to plant, when to harvest, and all these things. You know what I'm saying? The star alignments, you know? But so now it's like to see if they don't believe niggas, it's like it's that time to leave niggas alone then and let them get their stuff up then. You know what I'm saying? If we're like bossy, it's the reason why we kind of like, you know, snotty a little. We say snobby, but it's not really that. It's in us. It's who we are. You know what I'm saying? We already had streets and shit, man. Like planes and trains and airports and in subways, man. Already. We was already popping. Schools, heavens connected to our worlds, to the mortal world. So our heavens, we had schools in the heavens that get you up to the higher realms and to graduate off of Earth. They know this. So yeah, we have to show them this, man. And the world that too. And let them laugh, because them the ones that didn't. They already done took in. They already done took in, partook in the treaty. So at this point, you know, they're all the same energy and shit. Yeah, you see things about to change up a little bit. You want to be cool with the nigga to get back in. It's a lot of us that don't want to leave the nigga. And I say that in a way where it's like, you know, it's the obsession that kicks in if they're narcissistic. You know, being able, they can't get out of that discard point. Because they got to keep on staying around because this empath makes them feel so great about themselves. Because niggas are considered an empath. You know, wherever you go, niggas are very empathic and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, they see this now that we're traveling the world. They're like, man, you know, they're really not like a certain way. Look at the water. They feel it too. I'm telling you, man, in the game with us and shit. That's another one too when they come in. I gotta be careful. I got everything I need so it won't wet all the way up. But if we do, you know, I dry off and shit. Pretty long. Uh-oh, here we go. See? Told you. And I be playing with the energy and shit too. So it's like, once I be playing with my ass with the water, the spirits, and everything. I've been in it when it was, man, you get your spirit tested in this shit. Oh, I hear it, shit. Oh yeah, man. You see them. I see people come through, and I don't even care if they howly. They call them howly. White folks, they call white folks howly. Just breathless. It's funny how a lot of the Polynesian words connect with the Hebrew words. It's crazy. Like these are some lost tribes out here, like the Samoans, the Tongans, the Fijians. They got afros, the Fijians and shit. I had a Fijian brother that climbed the 80-foot fucking coconut tree in like 4 seconds, man. Got all these champagne coconuts off, man. Talk just like us, got the same bop. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't got that same bop. We got to be able to distinguish that from the narcissistic mask that these people got. The tourist type of mask, like, yo, they're just really touring the world. You know what I mean? When we go around the world, we're seeing our other ions or our other chosen ones, individuals who are touched by the Creator. Like, we want to see their creation because it's going to be infinite, because the Creator, whatever the Creator touches is going to continue to evolve for forever. You know what I'm saying? And that's why whatever energy you got now, whatever talents you got now, whatever, so you be able to inspire other mortals on other worlds. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we know that because we've been through it, niggas in America. We already had a heavens design. They know that too. That's why they wanted to bomb all our temples and shit and possess all our priests in our temples to get us to believe in their false gods. Niggas was doing that to niggas and shit. Then they sent over a straw man and shit, you know what I mean? So we weren't really killers. We were more so defenders. We're not like offenders. We don't go out. We want people to come to the crib and chill out and have fun with us. And like, oh, look at all this shit, nigga. We got the garden set up, man. It's fun, man. You know what I'm saying? We chilling, doing whatever we do. Swimming, playing with the dolphins and shit. You know what I mean? Got the killer whales over there. We riding on the backs of the killer whales and shit. We having fun, man. You know what I'm saying? We got Leviathan and them niggas over there. I'm gonna go see his big ass and shit. We'll take you out there. You know? But now we can't do it because it's about to be some serious shit going on because they tested the people of the creator. They're actually against, they're at war with the creator. They're like, yeah, nigga, you part of the creator. Let's see you do this. Let's see him do something. Slapping us up and shit on camera, doing whatever they wanted to. Most I said it was gonna happen. But he also said something else was gonna happen. You know? And this the part that, you know, they want to see. You can't always do something for people what you want to do, what you want to be done for you. Sometimes you're not dealing with a person. You may be dealing with somebody that's carbon-based, beast-based being. You know what I'm saying? You silica, man. You crystal, man. You divine, like forever type shit. So what they would want for you, you may not want for them. Like, you know what I mean? You want good and harmony for a motherfucker. These people may not want that because they're pathologically put into this tussle personality disorder, narcissism, sociopaths. They don't have their own roots, so they got to go to somewhere else and set up shop somewhere. Because they're parasites, you know what I mean? They make false gods, and once the heavens are secured, they have nowhere to run, spiritually or in the flesh. Ain't that right, Most High? Man, it's coming in, man. Look, I'm telling you, he knows what's up. Time, boy, I had to stand up and shit. But that's the truth, though. You know what I mean? And then let the ones who have the comprehension. This is how we build the body, the true body of Christ, really, because you build a light body. We all be Christ. You know, not the false Christ Luamon who came and tried to you know, establish his whole little false religion through Constantine and shit. You know, and they had a little heavenly war with Jibril who made his Mohammedan shit. You know what I mean? They all stem from all of ours. They all stem from ours. Everything stems from ours, but they ain't teaching us how to do, you know, agriculture because that came with our shit too. You know, so. But yeah, so it's very important for, you know, niggas in America on the mainland. That's why I see it as very important. Like, yo, let us go ahead and get us together then. We're not the type to be like, I told you so, motherfucker. Y'all kind of know so. Or you kind of know so already in your heart. And we was the United. And we're not really, you know, you see nobody never handed us billions of dollars on the slide. You know, we wasn't really healed yet. But now we have the keys of healing the cluster B personality complex that we got, which is, you know, having severe abandonment trauma. You know, we've been adopted, our parents neglected us, we've probably been touched on, things of that nature and shit. So we developed highly sexual Kundalini energy type shit, or just energies of wanting to get money to survive for our own self and be like, yo, man, money is what makes us secure, you know? And so that's why a lot of people need it. But now we're going to see, true indeed, what the Most High say, all we need is each other, the Creator. That's our true power. Man, Most High talking, man. All up in the water, man. All up in the water, man. I ain't playing. Look, you making it bright. You see the sun hitting up off that shit. It ain't even supposed to be sunny right here right now. It's cloudy. But now we broke up the clouds for it now. You know? Because we need them high UV rays. Right now the UV rays at like 13, nigga. I'm gonna say 13. Only niggas can do that. We have 4 seasons in America and shit. We up on 33rd parallel. Oh, we got more from Florida all the way up. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh. We wouldn't agree with that one. That's right. But we got a lot of shit. We had to learn the spirits. We had to learn a lot of things. We had to learn a lot of things. You see them castles and shit in all them places and mounds and shit. That means we learned a lot of agriculture. We learned we had elaborate burials at those parks. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was already doing shit, you know? And so now we can date niggas all around the world now with these mounds. Because they know that niggas are the descendants of the mound builders. That's why it's important for niggas to come together first. Narcissistically, we would have to cut ties, to have no contact with all of anyone who dealt with the narcissist or the sociopathic narcissist. You know, sociopaths, you got sociopath, narcissists, borderlines, and you got histrionics. But a narcissist is in all of them. You know what I'm saying? But a sociopath, you be able to tell them they're very communicative. They want to talk to everybody in the world. They're vampires and shit. They're parasites. They get the energy in the world when they get up and talk to different people. They use you and go to one person, and then find their little ways to get their energy and shit by talking to people certain times of the day and certain energies, whether it's to provoke them or whatever and shit. Gaslight or project. That's a tactic that they do. And a lot of them don't even know that they're doing it. Narcissists, they want to have their name up on everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's what they are, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like individuals, you'll see a narcissistic individual. Like, you see Mayweather, that's a narcissistic individual. But I like him, but he uses his name, so you know. And even Trump, the name, you know, the name Trump before you even say president. You know what I mean? It's the name first and foremost. So, and by he utilizes psychopaths behind them, because the psychopaths are the only ones that can work together. A narcissist really can't work with everybody. But when you have a team of psychopaths working for you, you can get the job done. That's when you know they'll put your name up to be the representative of the company, like Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Jordan brand. You know, Jordan was able to branch off from Nike to be his own. You know what I mean? So these are of belongings, another girl, and anything that they have and shit. You know, because you had that light within. In your own self, you won't want to do it, you know. It's a part of this sex thing. It's like when you bust one, man, you kind of feel, you don't feel sad no more if you don't bust a gang up. But if you're a little younger, you're kind of like, damn, I bust one. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's not even like you bust one, but it's like, you know, you got to get your mind back ready to go again type stuff. And that energy is very bright. So now women, they know it now through the spirits that's inspiring them, even whether it's Jezebels and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of spirits, what's up, y'all, that inspire them to allow them to take the light from you now. They know better to do it. You know, when you say with Caucasian people, they know that they're molested children from a young ass age. Children already be aware of shit, especially if they've been living with their daddy. They already aware. Man been already pissing in the bathroom with his dick out and shit. You know what I'm saying? Already. They already do a lot of shit. You know, their whole soul is a little bit different than what we were. We were a little bit more, you know, culturally balanced. Yeah, our culture is divine, you know. Divine comes from the Most High. It means that it's already set in the sky, man. You know, we sky people, and they know we was earth and sky people. So, sky meaning like, you know, you're dealing with, you know, spirit. Like these, you know what I'm saying? They be on my ass out here too. They be like, oh, man, watch when all niggas be on this shit. It's like, these niggas are doing all this shit. Most High speaking, boy, look at that. Saying, wow, he's like, that's right. My baby, tell him. Yeah. And you know where we've been at in the world, because they all rock the feather. We've been there, the feather was rocking. They're rocking it. So we was there. How you think they know to rock the feather? I'm talking about from your most primitive culture to your most advanced, man. So now it's time for us to take our power back real quick. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to hurt anyone. Everyone else knows. If they want to add on, then yeah, just give some, you know, whatever they can give. Because right now it's not really too much they can give other than like what, money or something. I mean, you got to find the most righteous niggas you can give money to. You know it's gonna be utilized. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High utilize that for them. You know, speaks to Most High speaks to people. If you feel it in your heart, it speaks to your heart. The heart is the vortex. And then until we get more uniform when it comes off of that, because this is the way to get uniform to your Kundalini energy, really. It's through celibacy. That's how you get magnetic attracted like that. Everybody be on your ass, man. It's more than 3 months. I'm talking to a brother that's already up like 72 months. It's like 6 years, you know? So we had a point where it's like, even when the Vulcans have to get to 7 years, they experience punk fire, motherfucker. They got to get what they make and go ahead and get it in. But that's another story, though. But yeah, as far as us, you know, we have a lot of things we got to do. We got to get our birth centers and shit right, ourselves right in order. Get it right, man. There's a lot of things we got to do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people want to be there at the barbecue, but there's a lot of things we got to do that's in the trenches right now. You know what I'm saying? Establishing land, establishing a place for us to have, we don't even call it a hospital, wellness places, you know what I mean? Spiritual development places where we don't be judged or nothing like that. as far as like, because none of the teachers there are having sex. So, everyone will be celibate if they're teaching, if they choose to teach something. Couples is with couples, singles with singles. When we're about to have a completion of something, a goal that we're about to accomplish, and we can have a recreation before the goal is accomplished and one after. Is that right, Most High? Let me move out the way, y'all. That's what we're gonna do, and we get the babies out the system. You know what I'm saying? That's really sad. Anything we do, we gotta be on point, man. The Most High. No, man. Look at that shit, boy. Got me over here. Let me move that out the way. Get the babies up out the loop, B. It's for all the babies in the system that don't know the Creator, B. All these grown ass niggas, they know. You know what I'm saying? Got motherfuckers still trying to trick grown ass niggas and shit. They know, man. Fuck them. You gotta get the babies out the system. You know what I mean? You can't get them out the system. You over here to having, jacking off and doing things of that nature and shit. I'm trying to move up for the Most High, what you call it, do what they do. But you can't have people doing that, jacking off and all that shit, having sex the night before you about to go teach class. You know what I'm saying? You just had sex, man. We're not having that. If you're passionate about whatever you're teaching, that's a talent that you have. You're gonna cultivate that talent through your kundalini and shit. You ain't gotta release. It's not that important to you. I'm telling you. It's only important with your mate. It's not important with everybody, because once you mix it up with everybody, you become like them, like a reptile and shit. Have you ever seen a snake have an orgy? It's nasty, man. You know? So yeah, man. To let the narcissistic entity go, you have to have no contact with them at all. I mean, like I'm talking about, it's gonna gradually get there, because we are already doing it through certain things like Target and shit. And this is, you don't have to be told to do this, really. It's like happening, the more we're going to be, for all of the tribe that's in America, the descendants of David, they know this to be the descendants of David. For all of us, we're gonna be doing it together anyways. But once we start connecting, like with the way we is, with all the light, the matches get lit, it's on. We got it. It's lighting. All the matches are lighting. They see the matches are like, oh shit, the flame is spreading. These niggas is knowing something. Who's telling them? The Most High. Like you said, no false prophet. They had to come. They couldn't do shit. Last 100 years, we gave them niggas 100 years. What you got? What you got? What you got along the lines behind me? What you got? What's going on? We got some acres and shit. We getting the state back, huh? You know what I'm saying? We had a real start handling businesses, but more had that plan. And the God, the big brother of the realm and shit, that sits on the highest elevation of the earth. Information like this out. And we're talking right now. And this is the secret and the most holiest way to get to the heaven within, through your kundalini, your sexual energy. There's no other way. You can talk it all day long on the internet like, yeah, motherfucker, all this shit that you're responsible for. You can actually make it, make it up to the higher self type shit. And I'm talking about what you're responsible for is like set aside favor, because it shows that Most High or God help those who help themselves. When you start helping yourself, you get the protection and shit. When Muz is out here being led, the heart ain't gonna lie. Muz already see the heart. Most High and them, the Etherians, truly, they see the heart. They know your heart already. That's our people and shit. You know what I mean? So they know, like, I gotta let this nigga sit for a couple. He hard-headed or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They see the ones who's doing the light, who's doing the work, lining them up. It's going down, G. So basically starting to work out and all that stuff. It's like they say, you see hell on the right, all these motherfuckers do all this shit on the right and left, but I got you, baby. You know what I'm saying? I look at base foods. The spirit is in the water right now, y'all. I want to see 2010, nigga. I mean the year and shit. But yeah. So anyhow though, man. So yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it.